Hey guys, and welcome to the very first WWE podcast video review of Backlash 2017. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Twitter at the WWE Podcast. You can go to WWEpodcast.com, which, by the way, we'll be getting a new fresh coat of paint shortly. I don't know exactly when, but check it out. And right now, it's a little bit of a rough outline of what I want, but a lot more to come. So I'd appreciate it if you guys want to check me out there. There's going to be a lot of awesome stuff coming. Guys, let's talk about Backlash 2017. Now, what is the very first thing in everybody's mind when you hear Backlash 2017? Yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear it. I'm going to echo it. A sentence I never thought I'd say. Jinder Mahal is WWE Champion. Jinder Mahal is WWE Champion. The guy from 3MB. The guy that couldn't win a match on Monday Night Raw. The guy that hasn't won a match since the Attitude Era. A guy that really many people are scratching their heads, thinking, why Jinder? Don't hinder Jinder. Don't hinder Jinder. But I am of the belief that WWE needs to create new stars. WWE thrives and will survive and thrive on new stars. And Jinder Mahal, is he that next guy? Who knows? I don't know if Jinder Mahal is going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Odds are probably not. Or give me a hell no. But I think that Jinder Mahal could be a very, very, very formidable heel. He's already got a great look. He's clearly in amazing shape. He is got a presence that you can't teach. He's got the it factor. There's no doubt about it. He's got henchmen. He's the J&J. He's got the J&J security of 2017 in the Singh brothers. So it's also a totally new feel. If we had watched Backlash and you had Randy Orton win with an RKO, boom, bye Jinder, back to the mid card you go, back to obscurity. I don't think we'd have a whole lot to talk about. I think that Jinder winning creates a lot more to talk about coming out of the pay-per-view than had Randy Orton won, and we get the same vanilla promos, we get the same methodical Randy Orton matches, and we get the same just, oh, Randy's champion. Almost having Randy as champion is kind of like, who cares? Doesn't really get anybody riled up. Randy Orton, as awesome as he is clearly one of the most athletic, gifted individuals inside the 20x20 ring. But this guy lately, at least since he's come back from injury, is just kind of almost going through the motions. He's been phoning it in. I'm sorry, that's how it's coming across. His promos have been very lackluster, kind of blah, blah, very, very methodical and very, very vanilla. And so I'm enjoying the fact that Jinder Mahal is champion. I like it. I know that may go, some people go, but it's Jinder Mahal. Yeah, it's Jinder Mahal. And you know what that does? It at least stirs up an opinion. It at least stirs up people to go, wait, who? What? Why? Why Jinder? And so that is, if you're WWE, you just created buzzworthy news. You just created a headline. You created something that nobody thought was going to happen. And guess what that is? I hate to say it because it's cliche, but it is best for business. It really is. I understand that some people may say, hey, they're using Jinder to get into the India market. You know what I say to that? So what? So what? If they're using Jinder to get into the India market, which I think is partially true, they're a business. I don't think that's the only reason, but they're a business. So what? If it works, awesome. More power to them. So I liked it. And as far as Randy being vanilla, I do have to give him this. The match that they had, and let's get into the match. The match that they had at Backlash, Randy put in a little bit more effort, I think, and at least went that extra mile more than he normally does in matches. And I enjoyed the match. I really thought it was well done. I don't think it was a 5-star match by any means. That bump that Randy Orton gave one of the Singh brothers, ouch. I was waiting for the referee to go, you know, give the old X sign and bring out some medical team and the EMTs and bring them out. But apparently he was okay. He beat up the Singh brothers. Jinder Mahal hits the Colossus. Boom, 1, 2, 3. It establishes him not only as WWE Champion, but his finish, the Colossus, aka Full Nelson Slam, as a legitimate finish because there was no kick out. And I hope they continue this. I hope he's not a transitional champion. I hope they continue this for months, at least till SummerSlam, and just keep building heat and building heat and building heat. And I want to see Jinder get his ass kicked. You know why that's a good thing? That means WWE is doing their job. I want to see Jinder get his ass kicked. That's a good thing if you are a wrestling company trying to get over a heel. I know that it is a mythical concept nowadays to have somebody actually want to hate a character, but that is, at least for me, how I feel about Jinder. I like it. Continue it. I want to keep building it up. And you know what that also does? It creates a great chase for an upcoming babyface on SmackDown to go after the championship. It's always a better dynamic and a better story if you have a heel as champion, because it's the struggle, it's the chase, and when they finally get to that top of the mountain and beat the heel, it's always a better story told. So I'm enjoying it. I hope that they continue to do it. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens on SmackDown Live. As I record this, it's an hour until SmackDown, so I don't know what happens, but I know there's a championship celebration coming for Jinder Mahal, so we'll have to see. All right, let's get on to the rest of the card quickly. Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, his debut. I expected a little bit more. I was actually a bit disappointed with the Shinsuke Nakamura Dolph Ziggler match from this perspective. It was built up for so many weeks. Video packages, his rock star entrances, just everything that WWE had been doing and talking about Shinsuke. And I guess they made the expectations way up here, when in reality they were a little bit right around here. They were right around here. And so I like the match. I think my expectations were just a little bit too high. On top of the fact that Dolph Ziggler dominated about 80% of the match. And Shinsuke, yeah, he won, but I don't think we've seen nearly the best of Shinsuke in WWE that I think we're going to see in the future. So just keep that in mind. I think this program is not nearly over. So I'm cool with that too. I'm all about the slow build. Keep Shinsuke relevant and keep him in a feud and working with a guy that is able to make him look better, and Dolph Ziggler is a great candidate for that. The Natty, Carmela, and Tamina versus Becky, Naomi, and Charlotte. I mean, what can I say about this? It was surprising. I think that having the heels win was surprising, in that if you look at the law of wrestling booking, if the heel continues to beat on the babyface for week after week, especially the go-home show to a pay-per-view, they'll typically get their comeuppance at the pay-per-view. Not the case this time, as we had the babyfaces lose clean to the heels. We had Natty ending up submitting Becky with the sharpshooter. So very surprising there, as you know, typically the rule is, hey, babyfaces get their revenge, but I think that this match, or this feud, is not over. And more importantly than that, where was Charlotte in all of this? I expected a heel turn, something of that nature, but nothing. Charlotte was almost nowhere to be found during the match, and that's also another interesting little tidbit that we'll have to follow up with on SmackDown Live. Then we get to Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, and this was a bit of a mild surprise with Baron Corbin losing clean to Sami Zayn. It was surprising, and not only did Sami Zayn win, the guy that's been kind of defined down as this wacky zany, I don't know that I'm an annoying character lately, which I don't understand that logic, but nonetheless, Sami Zayn beats Baron Corbin, but then on top of that, Baron Corbin doesn't get his heat back and just walks to the back. So that is interesting. Typically, you'd have a beatdown to get his heat back, and a guy that WWE is probably going to be looking towards to be one of the top 3 heels on SmackDown Live in the next year or so, lose to Sami Zayn. I expect Corbin to get his heat back in a big way on SmackDown Live. Let's see if I'm right. Breezango versus the Usos. I liked it. I know many people are not all about the silliness with the grandma and the janitor outfit from Tyler Breeze, but it's getting them over. Think about where they were just a month ago. Tyler Breeze and Fandango were nowhere. They were these bad mail order strippers that would go to a bachelor party type of look, handing out fake fashion tickets, but with the vignettes, which are very comical, at least in my opinion, and the outfits and all of the chemistry that they seem to be having, they're getting over. I know it's silly. They didn't deserve to win the tag team championships, but they're entertaining, and they've elevated themselves, which is important and I think unexpected for sure. I enjoyed the match. I don't expect them to be tag team champions anytime soon, as the Usos seem to be coming into their own as heels. But overall, I liked it, and I expect more Fashion Files to be on the agenda for SmackDown Live for the foreseeable future. All right, then we get to Luke Harper versus Erick Rowan, and all I have to say about this match is, yeah. Luke Harper beats Erick Rowan to the surprise of nobody, nor does anybody care, unfortunately. It's a shame. I know these guys have been trading wins back and forth. Erick Rowan is talking about Luke Harper leaving the family, which really doesn't make sense when you look back at the storyline. It's just a big mess. It was as quiet as could be during their match, and it really is a disservice to Luke Harper, who, former Intercontinental Champion, former member of the Wyatt family that was arguably number 2 in the Wyatt family in terms of, I guess, pecking order. I think that Luke deserves better. I hope he's done with this program with Erick Rowan. All right, then we're going to get to the match of the night, to the surprise of nobody either. I think that this was the match of the night by far. You had Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship, and these guys clearly sold the show. Was it a 5-star match? No, but it was 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars, at least in my book, and these guys clearly are not done with each other. This is where the DQ finish makes sense. Imagine that. The DQ finish makes sense here. WWE seems to have this quota on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown of having at least 2 DQ finishes per show. It's silly. It's nonsensical. It's lazy booking. But in this case, this made sense because it extended the storyline extended the program for these two, on top of the fact that it fits Kevin Owens' character. A character that is, hey, I squeeze by the skin of my teeth to hold on to that championship. I'm a guy that ends up somehow being able to hold on to it and frustrating fans and having Lady Luck on his side, with AJ getting his leg caught in the holding monitor area on the announce table. So I liked it. These guys tore the house down, and it extends the feud. I don't think we've seen the best of these two yet. I think there's a 4.5-star match, maybe 5, if these guys are given enough time, 20 minutes or so. They could really, really tear the house down, and maybe SummerSlam is that platform to do it. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the very first video of the WWE Podcast. Again, follow me on Twitter at the WWE Podcast. Go to WWEpodcast.com. There will be a fresh coat of paint, a whole new look coming to WWEpodcast.com soon. Check my Twitter feed. That's where you get all the info. You can email me at info@WWEpodcast2. So lots of ways to get in touch with me, guys. Feedback is appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. And as always, take care, and I'll see you next time.